Hello. My name is Donald McCarthy, and we are playing Monsterhearts 2 with the Gauntlet. We are playing the Ballhir Small Town. This is the third session of 3, so this is the finale of the second campaign, and we're about to find out if Muriisk, the dragon in the lake, is going to wake up. So let's do previously on Monsterhearts. So let's start with you, Asher, and let's find out about Aisling.
So Aisling was originally making this petition to try to stop the freeway overpass. And I guess that kind of resolved last session. And we had the Selkie before. So I walked her over to the beach and she swam away. Yeah, so in the meantime, I think I've just been like establishing myself at the school more as like a protector of the of the community, and trying to keep people from from using that against me.
Okay, great. Jesse, how about Regan?
So last time we saw Regan, she was meddling in the affairs of Oisin, the Fae, and trying to get close to him to potentially feed him to Muriisk. And what she's been doing since then, I think, has been just sort of working in that relationship and trying to get closer to him and eventually lure him down to the lake.
Nice. Mark, let's hear about Maliki.
So Maliki this season has found himself torn between trying to be a good guy and help people out and what his family wants, whether it be his mom making the Italian teacher do her bidding, or whether it be his covering up for his brother, who's apparently become an axe murderer. And he pines for the days when it was so easy to just go and beat up Owen. That was, or at least attempt to. Those were the good old days. And he misses his sister. So that's where we are.
Okay, Walter, let's hear about Oisin.
I'm playing Oisin. Oisin is a Fae who was playing in the band, the local school band, the Scarecrows, as a side character, and I came over last session on the bus trip to the overpass meeting, and then we went to a local show, in which you got to know Regan a bit better, and Regan promised a lovely trip to the lake, and Oisin likes skinny dipping, so that sounds wonderful.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, so let's start with Regan. I think at the last season, we saw that your father is in the army, and I think he is deploying overseas. So he's getting everything packed away, and I'm wondering, who else is at home, and how isolated is Regan right now, and how does she feel she's going to cope in the coming months?
I think actually, he hasn't left yet, right? He's just packing up.
Yeah, he's just packing.
Yeah. I think he actually ordered me to pack up his suitcases for him, and then he just left me to do it, and everyone else went out to go grab dinner or something, and he just, like, my dad and mom just went out to go grab dinner, and they left me to do all the work and the preparation. So I'm feeling pretty alone. Like, I'll pull out some of the pants and pack them, and then I have a pad of paper sitting by next to me on a table, and occasionally I'll go over and like start writing a note as if I'm going to put it in the bag as like a, Dad, I miss you. I hope things are going well and be safe. And every time I start writing it, I kind of scratch it out and tear it up and throw it away and just keep packing his clothes.
Okay. Ashling, I guess your whole family is upping sticks to move. I guess your mother is not really up for sticking around in town where she doesn't have a say in every single decision that occurs. So the maybe moving to Westport or something. How are you coping with that move? And let me think. Oh yeah, when you're packing, what do you see that reminds you of the kind of the past version of you?
That's a good question. So I think I just want this town to like survive us moving out. You know? So I'm okay with going somewhere else. I just don't want it to like destroy this town. Like, I want it to still be in good hands, and I'll probably come back. What do I find that reminds me of my old self? I think it's like a letter from Malachi, right? Because we were a thing before. So maybe it's like our letter, or maybe it's a letter to Malachi, like I had written and never sent. You know, that'd be interesting. Just like over that summer where, after breaking up, where I wasn't talking to him.
Anything specific? And maybe like what do you do with that letter?
I think it's about how I still have feelings for him and stuff, and I just like burn it. You know, gotta be dramatic. So that no one else finds it.
Okay. Oshin, I think that night, maybe not maybe the first one after you get back from the gig in Sligo. You wake up, in pre-dawn from a nightmare, and that nightmare has bloody snow falling onto the ground, turning the mountain into this red mess, and it's, I don't know, awesome and awful at the same time. It kind of fills you with some kind of existential dread. I don't know. What do you do after you get that kind of dream?
Wow. Well, I mean, the mountain, going up on the mountain and playing my guitar and just communing with nature is really what brings me peace. I mean, ever since I went up there and sort of stole my way into the Fey realm, that's like the place that I go to. It's still nighttime? Do I like wake up in sweats and it's like night outside?
Yeah, I think it's a few hours before dawn.
Is there like school the next day, or is it a weekend?
I don't know. What do you prefer it to be a weekend?
I think I'm gonna. I'm just wondering. Like, I think I want to go to the mountain now. I think I would find reassurance if I could go and see that everything is okay, and just take my guitar and go up onto the mountain. So, and if it's before school, like I would think I would just go there in the dark and try and do it before going to class. If it's on the weekend, maybe I would wait till dawn.
Okay. So yeah, I think let's make it a school day, maybe a Friday, so that we can have a party, the kind of leaving party / bypass victory party can happen on a Friday night. So yeah, you're up there before school, right?
Yeah, hiking up there in the dark. I think I'm gonna play my bass guitar while the sun comes up.
Cool. Okay. And let's go to Maliki. The night before, I guess the Thursday night, I think you're having supper with your family. This is probably the first time you have seen Elijah since you saw him dragging Aiden's body into the undergrowth. How awkward is this supper? And I guess do you confront him or your mother about this?
Well, I think there's at least 10 or 15 minutes of just slurping soup off of a spoon. That's all you hear at the table. Is that kind of thing. Then I think Maliki has this vision, and all of a sudden becomes disgusted. And he's like, "Wait, what is this soup?" And
so it looks like normal llama stew, right? Like a typical winter fare, right? And I think as you asked that question, Elijah is sucking the marrow out of a bone, right? It's just like a rib from something. I don't know. It's the butcher throws it in for cheap, right? If you buy a shank or whatever. He grins, and it's, I don't know, there's his teeth look bloody, but it's not possibly anything untoward, is it?
And at this point, even if it is just lamb, Maliki's disgusted. So he just pushes the chair back and walks away. But he remembers the last time he was at this table and one of his siblings was around, and that was pretty much the last time he saw her. So he turns around and he heads back to the table, and I'm sure you've got something to say, brother. So why don't you go ahead and say it?
So Elijah sighs and pushes away his bowl and wipes his kind of grimy fingers on the tablecloth. You're right, Maliki. I want to thank you very much because you had my back the other day, and I didn't quite know how you were going to react, and I'm glad you came through.
That's what you want to say? That's what's pressing on your mind and weighing on your soul right now?
Yeah, listen, I gave you a hard time when you were younger because I didn't think you were cut out for this kind of stuff, you know, but obviously I was wrong. Like, and your mother is looking at this and she is very approving.
So Malky doesn't get much of this kind of like good boy pat on the head kind of thing. um, and so he's dealing with feelings of enjoying it. But then he looks up and he says, "Okay, you've set me up. Now where's the punchline?"
So I think we're going to cut there.
Okay.
Your mother definitely has something to say to you, but we're going to cut.
Okay.
Okay. The next day at school, I think, everyone knows there's going to be a party, but nobody knows where it's going to be. And the two competing rumors are that people know that Regan has a free house, or as much as as you get one, and the other one is, well, obviously it's going to be in the Abbey because that place is excellent for celebratory parties, right? And you won't get anyone interfering with your business. Asher, what I guess you can have a fairly good sense of the mood. I think things are pretty positive, but I'm wondering, like, who in school seems not to be taking this kind of victory in the bypass scheme to heart. Who is not so over the moon about it?
Should I just make up someone?
Yeah, just pick someone who isn't very pleased.
Well, we had the organization advocating for the bypass. I'm probably very sure who at the school is against it, right? Because I would know personally. I think it's like the sports team. I guess like football or soccer they would play. Like they're not playing right now, so they don't really have anything to do except get mad at other people. So yeah, I think the soccer team is against us, right? Like having like a counter campaign and like spreading rumors and stuff.
I think we had said, I think way back last season, that Brendan, your ex, was a football player. So let's pick on him, huh? So yeah, he is. Yeah, he's just complaining to someone else that all of these stupid people are standing in the way of progress, and they know that if this doesn't happen now, it's never going to happen, and no one's ever going to come to this stupidest part of the country ever again because of these roads are terrible, right? So he's just generally dissing on anyone who thinks the bypass is a bad idea.
Yeah, of course not. And I think avoiding him too. But maybe I think I'll go back to Malachi today. Right? Like maybe not actually say anything, but just like tail him. See if he notices.
Okay. Regan, what are you up to this sunny morning, or this cold sunny morning?
Well, if I'm hosting this party, I guess I'm getting ready for it. So I'm probably going around finding all of the keys that my father had for like the liquor cabinets around the house, and whatever collection of drugs I have left over. Maybe I've gone and tried to request some more from my little dragon friend. And yeah, I think just generally sort of getting ready for things. Maybe making up little flyers or something for people to take.
Is there anyone in school who will kind of has a supply? Because I'm sure you can't be expected to provide everything for the party, right? There's got to be someone else who
Right.
can come through for you.
So the group who was organizing this petition would have been was of the people here. It was mostly Ashling, right?
Yeah.
Who's a fanon. Who who else could I have gone to? Maybe Maliki, actually, could get stuff. Just given that we're relations.
Okay, cool. And let's go to Oshin. I guess it can't be. Are you late coming to school because of your kind of mountainside musicianship, or are you just cold? That's, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm just a little bit late. Not like, maybe just a little bit more than the usual expectation. But I'm definitely like I'm a bit damp. I got my warm winter clothes on, but I'm a bit more damp and covered with frost, and I've kind of like lost my core heat because I've been outside too long. So I'm like noticeably kind of like cold when I get inside, trying to warm up a little bit.
So I think your fellow bandmates who were pairing up on the bus trip, right? Who was that? That was Sean and Aoife, right? They see you come in, and they're kind of still obviously an item. And Sean looks at the stadia and goes, "You haven't been up in that mountain again, have you? I mean, come on. Like what do you do with a bit? Do you bring the amp up and just play or something? I don't understand what's going on with you."
Oh, well, the amp would be too heavy, so I put on my headphones, and I got this great new thing. It's called a sub pack. It's like a wearable bass that you just put on your back like a backpack, and you just like feel it vibrate your whole body. It's awesome. And I just get up there, and man, I had this nightmare last night. I had this nightmare that the mountain was covered in blood. Does that like mean something? What was that? It freaked me out. I just had to go up on the mountain and reassure myself. I was really freaked out.
Yeah, that's freaky, all right. I mean, I'm not sure what it means, except maybe you're a freak. But what I was about to say was much funnier than that, because like if you doing the headphones thing, how can the sheep hear you play, right? I don't understand. Like, do you not want nature to hear your music?
Well, it's a bass guitar. I just get in this meditation. I think nature appreciates my aura when I'm up there. It's yeah.
So I think Aoife punches Sean in the arm and tells him to stop being such an asshole. He does plenty of stupid things as well, right? The local guard still has her eye on him for slashing some tires, so he's better not be such an idiot next time.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, why don't you next time? Why don't you bring up some amps, and we'll go up there and play together, huh?
Yeah, but not in the middle of the night, because like tomorrow Saturday we can go up there at lunchtime or something. We have a picnic.
Yeah, promise. All right. Give him my hand.
He says,
Deal.
Sure. Promises. Okay. back to Maliki. The previous night, your mother says, well, let's put it this way. I am very interested in your relationship with Regan. Do you have any kind of influence over her?
I think I do. I'm willing to find out.
What do you know about Muriusk, Mal?
I know that Regan is obsessed with it, and I know that that was the bullshit shoved down Owen's throat that made him kill my sister. And I've seen things I can't explain in the lake. People disappearing. But that's
Okay.
all I know.
Let's bring you up to speed because we've all got to know this before the shit hits the fan. Muriusk is trying to awaken. And back when we were a lowly family in this town, that was fine. But now that we are on the up, that's something we don't need. That's something this town doesn't need.
How are we going to stop him?
Well, he has a hunger for the fair folk. And we want to make sure that he doesn't get any more because that's what's waking him up.
So what you're telling me is that what Elijah did was a proactive, preventative measure and not just cold-blooded murder.
Yeah, this guy, Aiden, was left town, but was stupid enough to come back. So we had to take him off the table.
Well, who's left?
We don't know. They're tricky feckers to spot, the Fae. Maybe just make sure that Regan doesn't get any other people into the lake.
Okay. Okay.
And we can save this town from a lot of shenanigans.
Does she get a string on me when I agree to do what I'm told to do or something like that? Or I can't remember. I don't really use my skin moves very much.
Yeah, I know. It is, let me read it. There's two things that move does. And the first one is, let me just read it. Whenever you are convinced to do the bidding of the family member, take one forward doing it, and that family member gains a string on you.
Okay.
Whenever you help your family regain some of its former glory mark experience. So yeah, if you agree to do this, you get +1 forward to do it. but Kriva gets a string on you.
Okay, then she gets another string on me.
What do you say to her?
I know you know that I'm not doing this because you're asking me to. That I'm doing this because of my sister, but if we're in agreement for once, then it's nice to be on the same side.
So I think Elijah kind of stands up and walks out at that. There's a faint sneer on his face. But Kriva puts her hand on your shoulder or the back of your neck and gives you like a squeeze.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, back to the next morning at school. I think everyone has a good reason to be in the same place at the same time. Unprecedented, probably. I guess we're talking mostly about party arrangements, right? But anything else on the table is free for all. I guess Regan, you're the one with a good reason to go seeking out Maliki for extra booze, right?
Yeah, so I was going to plan to do that right now if that scene sounds good.
Yeah, but I think we do have Ashling and Ushin in the corridor and nearby. So whenever they want to drop into the scene, good for me.
Hi, cousin. I'm sure you know there's a party tonight.
Right. Yeah. No. Tell me about it.
Well, I made these flyers because I'm trying to get everyone over to my place tonight.
Oh yeah? Like
to celebrate.
to celebrate.
Like a going away party, or some of us might think of it as a good riddance party.
Yeah. Yeah. I could get into that. Damn. I'm sure it's at your place, right? So your parents will be there, so
They won't, actually. So my dad is about to go on leave, and my mom has to bring them to the airport, so they're going to be gone most of the night.
well that's hell yeah. So this is gonna be a party then, right? Like capital P?
Proper party, yes. But there's one thing that I could use your help with, which is I might not have quite the right amount of libations. You think you could grab a bottle or 2 or 4 from your mom?
You mean liquor?
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit. Yeah, I can make that happen. And but I mean, how much? Like a lot?
Like as much as you can get without getting in trouble for it would be great. Yeah.
Without getting in trouble. Okay.
I mean, unless you want to get in trouble for it, but just don't let your mom see before you do it.
Well, okay.
I would not
Yeah.
want to be on the wrong side of her.
No. No. When do you need it? Where do you want me to? You want me to just bring it to your place, or?
Well, I'm gonna go home immediately after school and just finish things up. So if you can hop over right after that, that would be good. Maybe you can help me finish getting everything set up before everyone shows up around 8.
Okay. Yeah. We can spend time together. Okay. I'll definitely get that for you. I promise.
I think just at that moment, Oshin kind of walks by and sees Regan and says, "Hey, I hear there's going to be a great party at your house tonight. That's really awesome that you're going to be hosting there. I hear you have a really nice place."
Yeah, it's nice, but the party will be good. Should be fun. Some of us might end up going down to the lake towards the end of the night, and I know we haven't gotten around to that yet. So maybe if you want to come, if you think you can make it, we could do that together.
Wow, that sounds awesome. That sounds great. I love nothing better than going down to the lake and maybe doing some skinny dipping, seeing people all naked in the moonlight. And Oshin gives this kind of look to Regan when he says it. Oshin's trying to turn Regan on.
Yeah, make a roll.
Let's see.
So
do you have are you spending a string on me too?
Oh yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, so I'll roll. I actually have a unashamed. So when I give someone a string, I can add 3 to my attempt to turn them on. So I'll do that as well. Let me see here. So on the roll 20, I go to.
You have a little dice next to the stats.
Oh right, I open up my character sheet. Okay, I knew there was a way to do that. Let's see here. So.
Mark, are you also trying to make a roll against me?
Not against you. So Malachi thinks he's put 2 and 2 together, and so he's going to gaze at Oshin and see if he can determine if he's one of the fair folk. So I'd like to make a gaze into the abyss roll.
How did that work? Ooh, I succeeded with 12.
Okay, so why don't we check out the 10 plus on turn someone on, right? Is you gain a string on them, and they choose a reaction from the list below.
Yeah, so at this point, because I used my unashamed move, we both have a string on each other now, Regan and Oshin.
Yeah. So yeah, why don't you think about your reaction for that, Regan, and let's go to Malachi's roll.
Okay.
What does gazing into the abyss look like for Malachi?
In this instance, it's a snake-like predatory glare, and it's unmoving, and very disconcerting if anybody sees me doing it. So bring up my character, bring up my sheet, look at my dark -1. I do not have any strings on Oshin, so I will roll gaze. We got a 5. Unless you count this as my, well, even with the +1 4.
Even with the +1, yeah, it's It's not that. Okay. So let me think about that, and let's go back to Regan.
Sure. Ooh, I leveled up.
So I get to pick a condition from this list, right?
Yeah, one of these reactions
Yeah.
for Oshin's unashamedly turning you on.
So I think I have to do I promise something I think you want, because phase and promises feel like they go together well. So I think you say this like going skinny dipping in the lake thing, and like, oh, I I that sounds really nice, actually. I I go to the lake a lot, but I don't always go in it, and I yeah, I would. We should do that. Let's do that. Let's do that tonight. I promise we can make that happen.
Oh, great. Agreed. We'll go in together. That'll be wonderful. That'll be so invigorating.
Okay, well, I think I get a little flustered, and I'm like, okay, well, I gotta finish getting ready for this party. Or wait, I've class now. No, I got. We'll talk later.
Sounds good.
So, Ashling, you see Malky do this strange snake-like stare, and I think you know what that means, right? You've seen what Malky really is, and you are fearful, I think, for what's going on here. There's some kind of threat to your existence going on with whatever's going through Malachi's mind right now.
So I think I'm going to like enter the scene by using this distraction to like slip a note into his backpack. I think like I wrote a new letter to him after reading the other one last night. And ask, and part of it's like asking to go to the party with him, right? I don't know if it stops his gaze into the abyss, like unzipping the backpack and slipping something in, or if he just doesn't notice. But
I think you can probably get away with it unless you really want to be caught, right?
right.
I think Malachi, you get that that kind of taste of that confirms that Oshin is a Fae, but then you also get this strange sense when Ashling is nearby that she kind of tastes like one too, and that really confuses you. You yeah, you're not sure what's going on because they both are kind of giving you the same kind of signal.
Wow. So I guess I snap out of it. Do I catch you or not, Ashling?
I think I'll still be around.
Okay. All right. Okay. Are you, he turns to you and he's like, "Well, are you going to the party, Ashling?"
Of course, it's my family, right? How can I
Well,
not go?
I don't know. I hate my family, so I wouldn't want to go to any party about them anyway. But okay.
Well, it's about them leaving, right?
Well, I'm glad you're going. It'd be good to see you. Some before you have to leave.
Yeah, great. It would be great. What are you planning on doing something, or
Oh,
maybe we could
well,
go get
have you
outfits together or something?
have you ever heard of libations?
That's what they do at the pub, right? Are you talking about
Oh,
something else?
is that a pub thing? Shit, I thought it was like fancier than that. Well, anyway, I'm bringing drinks, so you know, party lives or dies by my hand. So, um,
All right. Well, we should test out some drinks then, make sure they're good.
well, I'll need help carrying them over. Do you want to come and help me get them and bring them?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Uh, my place at 7 then.
I'll be there.
Okay. And he's really happy with himself. But then he realizes that another Fae at the party just means another person going back to the lake. And like he's also starting to consider like maybe I should shut this party down somehow. Then no one will go to the lake. So he's really like lost in his own little head at this point. So he's distracted and kind of ignoring everybody.
So for Ashin and Regan, what's the do we tie that promise up, or is there anything else to happen there?
It sounded like Regan agreed and walk off.
Yeah. Okay. I'm inclined to skip through the school day unless anyone wants to do anything specific. So maybe we have people arriving at Regan's house, and then Ashling and Maliki meeting up to pilfer the booze.
I think I text Sean in the middle of the school day and say, "Hey, I got a great idea. Let's bring our amps to the party so we can play. And then when the party's over, we'll just go straight up to the mountain and we'll play to the sheep at sunrise."
Yeah, so I think you get a text back from Sean with like a dead emoji, and then like a sure, whatever. Sounds good. And yeah, he'll like say he'll bring Aoife too, because that's kind of the core of the band, right? Yeah, they'll be there. If they weren't going already, they'll bring their amps and their instruments.
Nice.
If it works, I'm happy just to have the seeing into the party in full form, if that works.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to do with like people coming, going before at the start of the party, unless there's something you wanted to have happen there.
No, that's good for me. Is it interesting for us to see Ashling and Maliki at the Moore household, though?
Only if you want us to make a roll to like keep our cool or whatever.
Well, entering the den of snakes. I mean, I don't think. Yeah. Well, here's the question for Maliki. Now that you know or suspect that Ashling is a fae, what do you think they will do to her if they find out?
If they figure her out, oh shit. They probably would surround her and keep her from leaving, or bar the door somehow. Yeah, I guess my brother might get involved.
So maybe we will play that out. Maybe maybe you're up in your room when this realization hits you, right? And just about when you're thinking of what you would do with that information, Ashling rings the doorbell.
Okay.
And I think Elijah will answer the door eating a bowl of Rice Krispies or something. He's speaking with his mouth full, but you kind of are like, are famines allowed here still? I mean, haven't we like exiled you or something?
We have a party coming up, so we have to. Malachi invited me to help.
What's your name again? Is it like Even or Aoife or something?
Ashling?
Ashling. Okay, yeah, sure. You hear from my brother.
Yes.
Didn't you dump him?
That was a while ago.
Oh, you're back together.
It's complicated.
Oh, right. Well, so he yells upstairs, Maliki, it's complicated. Ashling is here.
So I guess I'm already on the stairs since I kind of like ran as soon as I heard the bell ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you finish your third breakfast in the kitchen?
And he kind of is turned to look at you, and he kind of just I guess like the asshole he is, kind of puts his arm around Ashling and kind of says, we were just catching up, with and he obviously has to think of your name again with Ashling. We were just catching up, weren't we?
Sure. What was your name again? You never introduced yourself.
That's okay. My name is Elijah.
Elijah. I haven't seen you around very much. What have you been up to?
I'll be in college.
Eating breakfast, I see.
Apparently, it's my third breakfast of the day, but
Not a bad way to spend a day. I think I'll like pull his arm off and go over to Malachi.
He nudges the door closed with his foot and wanders back into the couch and leaves you to it.
So where's the libations?
I've already got them. They're upstairs in my room. Come up for a minute. We should talk.
All right. I'll follow you up.
So I closed the door behind us, and you can see like on the bed I've got like a box with bottles in it. Not much forethought into how to hide all of this has occurred. Are you? Listen, I got to know, like, well, what are you? Are you? Are you?
What do you
Are
mean,
you?
what am I? It's rude.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Sorry, my roommate's car is blocked. Well, I didn't mean it that way. I'm like, where are you from? Uh, are you one of them?
No, I'm a fanon, right? From my parents.
But
Where else
are
would I
you,
be from?
are you a fairy?
Not that I know of, but thanks.
Fuck. Okay. Good. All right. I don't know if you. Well, I couldn't tell if my brother wanted to kill you or not, and I'm just.
Your brother kills people? Is that a normal thing around here?
Not normal. No.
Why are you killing Faye?
I've been told that it's the only way to stop the dragon in the lake. Do you remember when that new kid was here and like they had that weird seal pelt or whatever?
Right, of course.
Well, you remember when like she was screaming and you guys came up the path and then she ran off?
Um, she was screaming?
Yeah,
Right.
um well anyway, like my brother killed this dude right in front of her and I sent her away. I told her to go away and I just I didn't know that my family I don't know why my family does anything, but this is what they're doing according to my mom and I'm just supposed to make sure that no one else goes to the lake.
Well, I was at the lake that day and nothing too bad happened.
So nothing happened at all?
Well, I was trying to find this creature, right? I
Yeah.
thought that Marin's pelt would connect with it somehow, but it just got all frozen.
I don't I don't know. I don't know. I just I thought you were a fairy and I thought they were going to kill you and I know we're not together anymore and I'm not supposed to have feelings for you anymore, but I just wanted to protect you.
Protect me from this creature or from your brother? Or from you? Are you killing fairies too?
No. No. I could never do that. I'm not I'm not soulless like my brother, like my mom. I just was trying to protect you from whatever I could protect you from. Whatever madness is going on in this town. I'm glad that you're moving away. I'm glad that you're going to get free of all this and be safe.
Well, moving away isn't the way to protect the town, right? It's just ignoring problems.
Well, we're just kids. What are we going to do?
Apparently, kill Faye and feed it to some giant beast. That's how your family is dealing with this, right?
Oh, we're not feeding it to the beast. We're doing it so it won't eat.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to starve the beast with murder.
Hmm. So seems like there's an easier way than murdering people. Like just put them, they can move too.
Well, didn't occur to my mom to do that. So
Well, let's get these drinks and go to the party.
yeah, let's get you out of here. Who knows who they'll decide they need to kill next?
Okay, let's go to the party. So, Oshin, I guess you are meeting up with Sean and Aoife to set up the music.
Yeah, we'll bring our. What do they play again? I forget if they're if we have a drum player or if we just use like a drum machine or something.
Yeah,
Sean's the singer.
Sean is the drummer, and Aoife plays the guitar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
So we probably got like our band van that we use when we tour. It's like maybe like Aoife's brother has like a work truck that he uses for work, and we like use it to load all of our equipment into when we're playing gigs.
Yeah, cool. But I guess the town is so small that you are literally around the corner from Regan's house, right? So
nice.
There's probably no need, unless you want to be like all impressive.
Yeah, probably. We're trying to get a name for ourselves for the band.
Yeah. So what's the is Regan expecting the band to show up, or is this a surprise gig, or what's your pitch on this?
Yeah, I don't totally surprise Regan. I send Regan a text saying, "Hey, we want this to be a real party, so the Scarecrows want to come play. How's that? We'll bring our gear over and start setting it up soon." I send that text to Regan.
Like, yeah, that's great, good idea! Exclamation point! And I'm scrambling to like find a stage for them to play on, or a space where we can fit a whole band.
Yeah, I think especially the drum kit is going to be taking up a lot of space. It's whatever happened to one guy with a guitar, right? That's so much easier. Is there at the party, are you kind of imposing any rules, Regan, or is this kind of a free for all? What kind of setting are you trying to impose on people?
Yeah, I think I have like defined spaces where certain activities are allowed to happen or not. Like all the smokers have to be in the back of the house or in the backyard so that the house doesn't smell bad. And I've like gone through and documented where all of the various breakable things are in the house and moved them out of the way so that they won't get destroyed. And there's 2 certain rooms sort of assigned. One is like where we keep our coats, and one is where people can make out, and don't mix those up. Yeah. There's a system.
Okay. And like midway through the night, how many rules of these have survived contact with the enemy?
Like 2, maybe at best. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Oshin, are you setting up in this kind of carefully catered space that Regan has set up for you, or are you just picking the best spot for the band that'll get the most eyes on you?
Oh yeah. We're like right in the middle of the main room, like enough to the side that people can move around, but like everybody knows the band is there. And then after we get everything set up and tuned and everything, like but before the bulk of people arrive, we're just gonna kind of like leave it there. So there's anticipation, right? Like we're showmen. We want people to be begging for the band to start playing, and then we'll be like, all right.
You need a warm-up act. That's what you need.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the question then is who's going to be late? Maybe no one here, because if you're providing the booze, if Malky and Aisling are providing the booze, then they don't want to be too late. But here's the question: is someone going to be really, truly fashionably late, like obnoxiously late, or do people on a Friday night, when this is the only party in town that they're likely to get into, show up really, really early? Aisling, what do you think? Who on this kind of social chart is going to be the obnoxiously late person?
I feel like one of the band members has to be late, right? Like they had this whole plan for a band, and then one of the people doesn't show up until late.
So is it Sean then? If the moving van is provided by Aoife, then maybe it's Sean. Maybe his drum kit is all set up, and then he wanders away to do something, right? And doesn't come back for hours. Okay, yeah.
They have to play without drums.
Yeah, that sounds like Sean.
You're your own warm-up act. Yeah. Malky, when you arrive, a few people arrive on time or a little bit early or whatever, but who in this crew is arrives and is already drunk?
Side characters or PCs?
Side characters, I guess, but you could also, if someone is okay with their character being being too drunk early, I think we have a volunteer.
Okay. Well, could if you're okay with it, Regan, could we have just done a series of shots and we're both now? So yeah,
that sounds perfect. Yeah,
both of us are primed for the evening, as it were.
Lovely. I'm into that.
You have to test the drinks and make sure maybe that the punch was right.
Right.
Did you make like a custom cocktail called Snake Venom or something?
Ooh. Yeah, it's got an apple liqueur for the whole Garden of Eden effect, and it's it's a punch with some apple liqueur, and I don't know,
Midori or something, so it's green or chartreuse or whatever.
some Midori, and then like maybe a splash of Jägermeister or something like that. Because everyone twists their face when they have Jägermeister, so
just with that classy touch,
right? I'm gonna make libations classy again, since they're a pub thing right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, absinthe. I didn't think of absinthe. Shit.
That's perfect. Yeah.
I think that's the shots we did. We had the sugar cubes and everything.
Perfect. Oshin, I think someone lives next door and is kind of crashing the party, or maybe has been invited so that they don't complain. But they're maybe a little bit too young or a little bit too old for the crowd. Who is it? Maybe they're not an existing NPC, but maybe they are. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know all the existing NPCs. If someone wants to suggest someone, I'm open to suggestions. But I'm thinking that it's like a somewhat I don't know. I think it's like certainly someone who's older than like high school kids, but maybe this like a bachelor who lives next door, who's a little bit creepy. Like we invite him so that he won't like, you know, call the cops or complain about the noise or something. But he's kind of like, you know, a little bit like creepy and macking on the young high school kids now that he's over.
Okay, yeah. Are we going to give him a name?
Let's see. Do we have any unused names?
It can just be a regular name, whatever you want.
He's a guy from New York who wanted to, you know, experience something different, so he moved to Ireland.
Oh, I know. It's a writer from New York who just like rented out an Airbnb to kind of like get some writing done, kind of get away to like this little small town for a while. Yeah, that's who it is. His name's Michael.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we have the host a little bit tipsy or drunk, a bit too early. The music hasn't happened yet because the drummer has gone missing. Probably way too much drink has been provided. So yeah, this is gonna spiral out of control pretty quickly. Who is getting away from the press? Maybe Aisling or someone is getting away from the like really thronging party to get some quiet time. What do you think?
Sure, that sounds good.
Is there anyone you're grabbing to bring with you, or anyone who's in your quiet spot when you arrive?
Could be interesting. I kind of want to do another fanon, but I feel like all of those are player characters.
It would be since I haven't had any interactions yet with either Aisling or Maliki, it'd be fun for Sheen to have some kind of interaction. Maybe Aisling and Sheen are out getting a smoke on the porch or something.
That's good. Yeah, I just thought you were doing your band thing, so. But if it hasn't started yet, yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well smoke.
Yeah, that sounds good. So wow, actually this is must be really, you know, difficult transition for you having to move. I mean, your family's been here so long. How do you feel?
I feel like we're almost letting this town down, right? Like things are gonna spiral out of control. I'm worried, so I just want to make sure everything's okay.
Spiral out of control? I mean, your family is really important and it's done a lot for this town. But you know, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know, you were so influential shutting down the overpass. That was awesome. You know, I mean, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we are gonna lose our rudder, not having your family here, not having people like you here.
I'm sure something else will happen, right?
Well, what could be worse than an overpass? I mean, that was horrible.
Right. Next, they'll build a school or something. Yeah, bring all the international people over here.
You know, people come and go, but like the nature here, the mountain. I mean, there's just some deep connection with like this mystical nature here. You know, it's really Ballhir. It's a little bit removed from the rest of the world. You know, it's a special place.
Yeah, it is. I feel like Like it's also been more dangerous lately. Have you noticed? A lot of these
Yeah,
people.
a lot of people are missing. It's really horrible. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even have you heard any like rumors or anything about what's going on? I mean, I know you're connected with some people that have been
Um,
missing.
yeah, it's something to do with the lake, right? I feel like a lot of these people were out in nature and and attacked or something.
Attacked?
I'm just worried about you, you know? I want to make sure you'll be all right too. So,
Oh, I can take care of myself. Besides, I don't go off alone very much, right? I'm usually with Sean. Regan and I are talking
right.
about going down to the lake. I mean, as long as people hang out together, like, we can look out for each other. Everything's gonna be okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll go with you. I've been out the lake a few times.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I like that actually.
All right.
Right on. So yeah,
After
we're gonna
party it
go.
is.
We're gonna go a little bit later when the moon's out. Promise you'll go with us. It'll be awesome.
It's a promise. I'll bring some booze to put in the lake too. If there's any left.
Okay, I'm just looking at the time. So everyone okay to take a 5-minute break? Yeah. Okay. I'll see you back here at 10 past.
Walter, we played Rich's Bat Hack together, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I've been trying to figure out. I was like, where did I meet Walter?
Have you played you played the Bad Hat before, didn't you? The
Yeah,
Bad Hack.
I think I played 3 episodes of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
was-
very.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say it's very different. I haven't played a sports RPG before. It's I like the different flavor to things.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the kind of camaraderie that a sports team provides creates a different dynamic for interpersonal relationships. So.
Hmm.
I mean, that might be obvious, but that's what I got out of it.
Yeah. Well, the minor leagues is nice. Actually, I think it kind of has some dynamics like Monsterhearts, where you're kind of like, you're somewhat powerless, in some of your larger circumstances. Like you're like struggling to be heroes in a place where there's like management and fans and media and or like basically there's like you're kind of struggling to find your place. So it's kind of a similar dynamic maybe in that way.
Right.
Okay. So we just had that scene with Ashling and Asheen, and another promise extracted.
Yeah.
Regan and Maliki, I imagine, are still kind of hanging out. But I want to find out first from Regan, like, so this party is not going well. The music haven't really showed up. Everyone's drunk too much, including yourself. They are not abiding by the rules that were very clearly communicated. There's also, I guess, I'm wondering how this is getting wrapped up with the kind of impatience of Muriisk, right? He is hungry and close to erupting or appearing or whatever it is. How is his kind of hunger affecting Regan?
I think I'm just super needy right now. Like I'm just like an emotional fire hydrant that just like spraying everywhere. And I think Maliki's getting kind of an earful for me of me just being like, I'm just trying to make everyone happy. Why isn't it working? Who know? Don't you know what it's like? You know what it's like.
Mark, are you muted or? I couldn't
Yeah,
tell.
you did.
Okay.
My soliloquy was fantastic. You can thank you. It, listen, like, it's impossible to make everyone happy, and you got to pick somebody that makes you happy, and make sure that they're safe, and I mean, just why you don't have to make everybody happy. Like, just pick somebody.
Ooh, I do have to make everyone happy. That's the whole idea. Is just that everyone should be happy, and I need to do it. Wasn't
Well,
it a good idea to have the party?
he burps. It's a great idea to have the party. And everybody's here. Like, they aren't leaving.
Fun. Why is no one having fun? Where's a stupid scarecrow people? We need to go get the band. And they should be playing music, and everyone should be dancing, and then I can be happy. And then we can go down to the lake, and then everything will be fine, and everyone will be happy, and I'll make him happy, and it'll all be fine.
It's a really bad idea to go to the lake. I think everybody should stay here.
What? No. You have to help me get everyone to the lake, because then our family will be good and everything will be perfect and will be better like it was a long time ago. Don't you understand? When things were fine and everyone was happy, it could be like that again.
I don't think taking people to the lake's gonna bring your dad back.
So it's not about my dad. Why would you say it's about my dad? None of this is about my dad. This is about, you just don't get it. You're no fun.
So I need to ask you something out of character.
Yeah.
So I took the hypnosis move for my
Nice.
character.
I've tried that one before.
So he has this thing where if he can make eye contact with you, in my mind, that's how he does the hypnosis thing.
Yeah, and I like just grabbed you by the head and was staring into your eyes.
Yeah. Well, so
Yeah,
I have it now. So, but it's consent violating. So,
yeah, no, I'm into it. What do you want to do?
I want to convince you not to go to the lake.
Nice. Okay. I forget what my options are for that, or do you have to roll first?
I have to roll first. Are you cool with that, Donna? Is everybody cool
Totally.
with?
I'm cool with that.
Okay.
This is the vampire hypnosis, or is there a specific serpentine one?
No, this is the vampire hypnosis.
Okay.
But
so there's a trigger on that, right? That it will only be against people who don't have strings on you, I think.
Oh, does Regan have a string on me?
I don't know. I'm just
I do. I think I do. But either way, I'm interested in it if we're...
Okay. But if I can't do it now, then that's fine.
I do have a string on you, but I'm also okay with playing it out if we want to see this happen.
Yeah. No.
Well, when you were pleading with Malachi, I was just about to cut in there to say, are you like spending a string on him to convince him to help you get everyone to the lake? But that's...
I mean, I can. That would be interesting if he convinced me not to go to the lake, but he had to do it himself. What do you think of that, Mark?
Let's just rewind just a second and then just start playing. I want to see where like the conversation goes. But if you want to spin the string on me, that's great. I won't necessarily do my move on you
But it
until I
at least opens a window for you later on. Yeah.
yeah. I just wanted to clear that with you, because that
Yeah,
was
that's cool.
the most likely use of the power. I might use it on Maurice and see what happens, but
Fine.
okay. So you were telling me about the lake. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we just have to get everyone down there, and then it'll be great.
Why?
What?
Tell me what happened at the lake? What is
When?
when?
What time? Which time?
Which time? The deaths at the lake and the disappearances and the. Why
I
is
didn't do any of that. Why does everyone blame me? I just want to make everyone happy. That's not. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do any of it.
But why do you want people to go there now?
Because that's what we're supposed to do. Don't you understand? We're doing the story of our story. There's an arc, and we're on the arc, and we're going in the boat. Not that, no, different arc. There's like a we're supposed to do the thing.
What thing?
So that the story happens. Like, we have to bring him back because that's like the story.
Regan, do you think maybe things would be much easier if you could speak plainly with Malachi? Maybe, but you know that's a dangerous thing to do.
I think in my mind, he already knows all of this. Like, these are the stories of our family, and he's supposed to know all of this. So I'm not trying to like hide things. I just think he already gets it, and that it maybe doesn't or isn't is not something that is registering to me.
Okay, cool. And where are you having this conversation? Is this in the middle of the party, or have you slunk away to have an actual conversation?
I think we probably went up into the coat room, but people keep interrupting us, thinking it's the makeout room.
So, I thought you weren't involved with all that.
Oh, what?
Our story.
You think just because I have red hair, I can't be a part of this family?
I think you're the best part of this family. I just thought that maybe you weren't part of all of this, that it wasn't something you had to be involved in, and now you're telling me that, like, you want to make it happen? Like,
The Fannons ruined everything. And that's what made this place terrible and bad, and made my dad leave, and made everything awful.
so you just want to bring him back and destroy the town? Is that what you want?
What are you talking about? Destroy the town? No, it's going to make everything good again and nice. How it's supposed to be. Why do you think he wants to destroy the town?
He wants to eat people, right? When's that going to stop?
They're not even people. They're not really people. Here, they don't belong here. They're not like us. We're here first. This is our home.
I'm supposed to stop you.
From why? Says who?
Says my mom.
Ugh. I think I just get up and start kind of pouting and walking away. Okay, mama's boy. Fine, do whatever you need to do, but this is happening. This is happening.
Regan, you're going to hear Muriask in your head in a moment, but let's cut back over to Ashin and Ashling and maybe the main part of the party. Sean has arrived, looking like he's been in a mini adventure of his own, but sits down at the drums like he's ready to rock. Hey, Ashling, are you have you got your stuff, or are you gonna sing for us?
I think I have my laptop, right? Like I was DJing before. Maybe I'll do some of that.
I think we need a bit of the Fanon magic, right? One night only.
One night only.
Yeah, come on, Aisling. This is it. This is like the farewell gig. Let's let those pipes sing.
All right. I'm trying to figure out if this is like something from my old persona then, right? Because I did this before. So I think this actually like harms me, right? That's how the skin deep works.
Yeah, so if the music is kind of integral to your old, or is not integral to your current persona, then yeah, it's it kind of breaks the illusion, right?
Mm.
Do they need to convince you, or is this?
Well, I think it's okay because I'm doing it a little different, right? Like I'm singing now instead of getting out my old DJ set. So yeah, I guess we don't have a singer already, so I'll grab the mic and try to figure out how to sing to whatever they play.
So what does Ashling look like singing and kind of doing her DJ thing along with this band?
I think she looks almost like regal, right? She's trying to I think she has like more jewelry and like her clothes are like more on point, you know, than before. She was like a slacker, more of like a slacker, or she was more studious, right? So she was always kind of a mess. Yeah, so I think now she just looks a lot better, and can be the front person for a band here.
So yeah, I think in some ways this kind of centers the party again, right? You're performing music, and it's not just a bunch of people drinking, and you're pretty good. You know, you've never practiced before, but you know the people behind you have and are pretty well established. So yeah, it works out, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, what I think I guess the question is it just the band who noticed this kind of new thing, or this thing that they didn't suspect about Ashling, or is it like everyone here?
That's the interesting thing is that I heal one if a crowd treats me in accordance with my persona now, right? So I think this is kind of my persona now, right? Like this is a new thing that I'm doing, and the crowd is by, you know, they're taking it in. So I think that does help me feel more confident about this path that I've chosen.
Okay, cool. And what's Oshin's reaction to this? I mean, this, I think maybe the way Aisling is singing kind of reminds you of something to do with the mountain, to do with how you met the Fae. It all sounds a little bit familiar.
Yeah, Oshin's feeling a little bit excited and also a little uneasy, like after the dream, and and then just thinking about going back to the mountain and playing again. Yeah, I think Oshin's feeling like something pretentious is happening and can't tell if it's good or bad, but something important is about to happen, and Oshin's kind of excited and also on edge.
Are you maybe gazing into the abyss?
Oh, that
Or
sounds good. Yeah. Actually, maybe I think while I'm playing, I get really meditative, and with Aishling's playing, singing along too. I think I just get in this zone, and thinking about that nightmare I had is coming back to me, and I want to gaze into the abyss and see if I can get that back and just determine what that was about. So I will roll gaze into the abyss. Let's see. So that would be dark. And 5.
okay. So mark that XP, and yeah, we'll get back to you. So Regan, you are kind of I won't say storming out, right? But you're getting out of this conversation, and you hear Muriusk in the back of your mind scratching urgently, and he says, "Did I just hear that Snake say that they were betraying us, betraying all of your hard work?"
Dad, go. You're not here right now. What? Listen to the singing.
Regan, listen to me carefully. Get that Fae to the lake right now, and you can have whatever it is you desire once I arrive.
Oh, fine, okay. But I think now the music started and everyone's maybe going to have fun. So I'll do it really soon. I'll be there really soon. Go, just let me sleep, Dad. And I think she sort of works her way down to where the band is playing and is just kind of slumps down on a chair and is just listening and taking it in.
How is Maliki reacting to Regan or the whole situation?
He I think he wants to continue the conversation. Like he wants to continue telling her what she needs to do. But I also think that as he's coming down the stairs or whatever, like he feels like that he needs to retch. So um I think there's a scene in the bathroom for a moment where uh he's vomiting. Um uh and he's a little bit clearer headed when he comes out. Um And but when he does, like, now that he's a little bit clearer headed, he's hearing Aisling sing, and it reminds him of what he's about to lose. And I think he goes and he sits down with Regan to listen. And is okay with the way that things are going. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Regan sits down, maybe trying to steady herself, right? Trying to clear her mind, or just the party is happening now properly. This is all going as planned, and people are happy, and this band kicks ass. And then you kind of feel your throat tighten, and it's Miriask. Regan, I'm not going to say this again. Get off your ass and deliver.
I think with that, like, sort of like, I like pull myself up, feeling like maybe I'm gonna throw up, and like take a step as if I'm gonna run towards the bathroom. And then I reach over and grab Malachi, like, by his ear or his shirt collar or whatever. I was like, you just come with me. Come here.
I acquiesce.
We gotta do this. We gotta do this, right? We have to. I need you to help me now. Everyone's gotta go. Party's over. Shut it down.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. And
I point over to Aisling and I say, "Get her out of here. Just get her out of here."
okay. So having been told that Aisling is the key to keeping everybody here, he feels like if he can get Aisling to leave, then the party will break apart. So Mark is going to have to do something that he doesn't like to do, and that's be mean. So Asher, this is nothing against you, but so Malachi turns around and goes up, and do you have a microphone, Aisling?
Yeah, I think I have a microphone on the stand and I'm like bouncing around, you know?
Right. And I'm gonna rip it from you and be like, you're not welcome here. You need to get out of here now. No one wants you here. And I'm shutting you down.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
see
I
how
think
well that works.
I was expecting that from Regan. I wasn't expecting it from you.
Well, she told me to do it, and I guess I decided to do it. So, alrighty, Malachi is going to try to shut.
Well, cold.
Yeah, shut Aisling down. Survey says an 11.
Wow. Choose one.
Yeah, I got to bring up the reference sheet.
There's a
Alrighty.
string on you. I get a condition, or you take +1 forward.
Let's see here. Choose one from below. I'm going to give you the condition unwanted.
Oh.
Okay. Let's come back to your reaction to that in a minute and flip back over to Oshin. You're, I guess, losing yourself to the music, like you described. You kind of have that sense of connection that you get when you play music on the mountain. And you kind of get a vision that the only way you can save your world, so the world you've never been to, Tirnan Og, the world of the Fae, is for Aisling to be sacrificed to Mur Isk.
Whoa. And do I understand? Is it clear to me that that means how that sacrifice would happen, like going to the lake or something?
Yeah, so it's tied up to all of these promises you have made and received about going to the lake and going into it. So, you have to put her in your place.
Wow. Okay.
To save not just yourself, but your entire people.
To save Tirnan Og. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's heavy. And I think like just as I'm realizing that is when Maliki pulls the mic up from Aisling, and it's just like this like record scratch for me. I'm just like burst out of it like, oh my God. And then right as Maliki's telling Aisling like she has to go, she's not wanted.
So Aisling, yeah, what's your reaction to this very un-Maliki-like outburst?
I think I'll try to take him outside privately, right? Like grab him by the arm and just walk out, but keep the rest of the band there, right? I guess that would be nothing to see here. I'll roll to see if everything's okay.
So here's a kind of a retro question for Maliki. Have you found or read that letter that Aisling left in your backpack?
No, I haven't. I was too concerned with getting the alcohol when I got home.
Okay.
Screw homework. This is the weekend.
Okay, cool. So are you following Aisling out?
Yeah, I am, but I'm trying to make it go through the front door and not the, well, I don't know how that roll affects me, but like, I'm like, yeah, we can speak, and I'm like leading us to the front door.
All right. So what's into you? Why do we have to end the party all of a sudden? I've been trying to get this band together for weeks now.
If you just need to leave.
By myself?
You can take somebody with you if you want, but you just got to go.
All right. I guess I'll just walk out then.
So is that Maliki just kicking her out, or is that Maliki leaving with her?
No, I've got to stay and take care of Regan, so I guess I slammed the door behind you, or in front behind me.
Okay. And Regan, when this is happening out by the front door, what are you up to?
I would be hoping that this is enough of a distraction that I could just grab Oshin and kind of like pull him away from the chaos. And my hope is to bring him down to the lake.
So,
Yep, sorry, go ahead.
just as you're arriving, Oshin, he's kind of like there, looking a bit crestfallen and confused, and typing away a text message. And he's just now he saw Maliki kind of rudely escort Aisling out the door, and so Oshin is texting a message to Aisling, and it says it just says meet me out back in 10 minutes. I want you.
Sounds like a turn on.
And then Regan steps up.
I think that's Mark's right. That feels
Is
like
that
a turn on
on?
roll to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Right on. Let's see.
Don't forget you can be unashamed too.
Yeah, I might as well. So I'll go ahead and give Aisling a string to be unashamed as well. And an 8.
So yeah, I guess you get to pick whether, or they get to pick whether they give you a string or choose one of the reactions.
Did you get a string for the promise? Or that's only if I don't follow through, right?
Actually, I think I get a string as when you made me the promise. Let's see. Oh no, yeah. When you break a promise, I get a string, another string. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I promised something I think you want, that we can go to the lake together, right?
Okay. Well, that'll be reaffirming the promise. So that sounds like you've doubled up on that promise.
Well, I don't think a string is an oh, you can give a string or choose one of the reactions. Yeah, so I guess I'll give you a string because saying the same promise doesn't help.
Okay, cool. Or I guess, yeah, or even just like I give myself to you. Like it sounds like that would be like actually like coming through and meeting me out back in 10 minutes, maybe. Is that, am I interpreting that right?
Sure. That could be interesting too.
Cool. So yeah, I guess you maybe send off the text and don't see the response when Regan grabs you. How are you reacting to that? Or is Regan saying something while she grabs Oshin?
I think I would just grab your hand and start kind of pulling you away.
I think, hey, what's going on? Like, you and Maliki are flipping out. What's up, Regan?
The party's over. The party's over. You said that when the party was done, we were going to go down to the lake. Are you going to do it or not?
Wow. I mean, I want to go to the lake, but this is
you promised.
This is like bumming me a little bit here, Regan. I mean, what's gotten into you? Why are you sending everybody home? The party was just getting good.
No, everything was wrong. Like, she was singing too well, and it was not good. But you should just
singing too well. It was lovely. Was it her farewell party or what? I mean, Regan, you're like totally losing it here. Come on, like talk to me. What's happening?
I got jealous. That's all. I thought you and I had something. Then I saw what was happening, and that just. I feel like I need to roll to keep my cool here. Does that feel about right?
What are you afraid of?
I am afraid of having to be honest with him.
Well, that is a terrible thing. Okay, roll.
That's a 5. Yeah.
Ouch. Okay, so I think you've got to be honest with Oshin. There's no point in beating around the bush I think you might almost feel like the truth is what will force him to follow through in this promise with
Yeah.
all the
Nice.
messiness tonight.
I think I just like grab you by your shoulders and I just say, "You're not welcome here. I have to deliver you. We have to go to the lake because you're the sacrifice."
Sacrifice. Regan, there is a sacrifice, but you're wrong. It's not me. I could see it. Can't you see it? Can't you see it? Everything's out of control here, Regan. Can't you see it? The mountain covered in blood? Just
Glorious.
realms are falling apart here. We've got to do something, Regan. Look, I think it's going to be okay, but you have to trust me. And trust me, I'm not the sacrifice. I've seen it.
So what? So you're going to bring her to the lake?
Yes. Everybody's almost gone. Look, let me just tell Sean and Aoife to take my stuff and then we'll go. We'll make this happen.
Okay, I gotta talk to Malachi. Okay, well, I'll meet you back here in a minute.
Okay.
And I walk off.
Yeah. So I go outside and after I tell Sean and Eva and whoever else is concerned about what's going on, I kind of like brush them aside. It's like, oh, just we'll figure it out tomorrow. And then I go outside and look for Aisling.
Yeah, I think I'll be there waiting. Right? Unless you're on my phone or whatever.
Hey, that was terrible. That was the rudest thing I've ever seen. That just hurts me so much inside. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I guess that's one way to say goodbye, right?
Well, there's better ways. I mean, look, there's a lot of people who really like you, and we'll get some people together afterward and just have like a smaller thing, without Regan and Malachi. But look, it is a beautiful night, right? We were talking about going skinny dipping. Let's head on out and do that first, right? Let's one last way to say goodbye to this beautiful place.
All right. It's pretty cold, but did you bring?
I know. Wait here. Wait here. I'll go inside and I'll just like nab some towels from Regan's bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay.
Don't forget the drinks.
Yeah.
Those are one I said.
Okay. Ocean goes back inside, and it's like, okay, Regan, look, you can't follow us. You've just give me some warm towels and warm blankets, and just like stay out of sight, and we'll go down and we'll go skinny dipping, and it'll all be fine. Okay.
Okay. Oh, fine. You do it. Fine, you do it. And I go and like grab towels and whatever else he asked for.
Oh, and where's the leftover booze? Here, give me a bottle.
Just take whatever. I'm drinking this one, but you can have any of the rest.
So,
And then,
sorry, yeah, I'm just wondering. You can hand over everything, but what is Malachi doing from the? He's seeing all of this, right? This is kind of an open conversation and an open exchange. What's he doing?
Okay. So now he knows. It'd have been a lot easier if he didn't know. Wait, what's going on? What are you doing, Oshin?
Malachi, haven't you caused enough disturbance? Look, just stay here with Regan and just clean up. You've still got enough of a mess here to deal with. Just look, I'll take care of things, okay? Don't worry about me.
I like shoot a glare over to Malachi and I'm like, yeah, just clean up this mess that you made. You and your family, just clean up this mess.
Listen, don't go to the lake, Oshin. Just don't do it. It's not going to help.
I don't know what's going on here. I have this weird feeling that you and Regan know something I don't know, but I know I have to do this. The mountain has spoken to me. I can't explain it, but this whole land, it's going to be destroyed. I have to do this. Besides, we're just going to go skinny dipping. What could go wrong?
I don't know how to react.
Is
Fine.
this sorry, is this like you don't know how to react in terms of the whole sacrificing to the lake, or you don't know how to react because he's going with Ashling?
Yeah, both of those. Like, there's just so many different feelings. Like I said, it'd be a lot easier if I didn't know that this was happening. You don't have any strings on me, do you?
No, we don't have any on each other at all.
This is the first time we've ever talked. Shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay.
Not too late to get strings.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? If this is the right thing for you, then just go and do it. I've got to clean up this mess here. Just here, and he hands you a bottle. Just make it
Thanks.
painless. Just make it painless.
You should be one to talk. What you said on the microphone was one of the most painful things I've ever heard.
I told you to get out of here. Do you need me to escort you?
Oshin grabs the blankets and the bottle and walks out.
And I think I hiss at you as you walk away. All right, everybody. This party is fucking over.
Okay, so I guess we know Oshin and Ashling are going to the lake, right? And Regan has kind of said that, or maybe not said that she won't go, but are you following them or sticking around here?
Of course I'm following them. Of course. As soon as I can keep Maliki busy so he doesn't butt in, I am gone. Yeah.
Okay. And Maliki, are you really staying around here to tidy the house, or are you also following them all to the lake?
I thought I had convinced, like I thought I'd made Regan see what I needed her to do, and I needed her to not go to the lake. And so I think it's one of those things where I'm like getting people out of the house, and I realize that I'm alone in the house, and what Regan has done, and that I have to run to that damned lake out by the damned temple.
Okay, so
just tell me when I arrive.
yeah. So I guess we have Oshin and Ashling arriving at Lakeside. And I guess because Regan is following them, purposefully, you can pick your moment for when you leap out of the shadows, and then we'll bring Maliki in whenever seems most appropriate for an angry Maliki to charge up, or however you want to play it. Okay. So yeah, how maybe Oshin, do you want to describe the scene, the kind of layout of how you're arranging things?
Yeah, I'm imagining that the lake is a little bit rocky, but that like the shore, but that not too far from here, there's a little wooden pier that people use to launch boats on in the summer, or to maybe do occasionally fishing or something. And so we head over there, and I'm picturing the pier is sort of like in this, like kind of like in an opening, like the trees kind of open up a little bit around it, and there's a trail heading up from it, and that the moonlight is shining on the lake with the mountains up around on the opposite side. Like we can see the mountain kind of across the moonlit lake from here, and sort of Oshin sets down a nice comfortable pile of blankets and says, "Here, let's just sit down and chat for a moment and have a drink and a smoke, and then we'll go in." And just kind of sits down on the blankets and hands the bottle to Aisling.
I think before I even like take a swig, I like start crying. I want to use stolen pass to like pretend to take Regan's backstory. Right? Like they didn't want you coming here with me because they thought I would kill you. There's a monster in the lake, and it tells me that it needs Fae
what are you talking about? I just think this has been such a weird day for me. I don't understand how anybody's behaving. Why on earth did Maliki shut down the party and send you out? I just do not understand.
It's because they want people here. They want. They think I'm going to try to sacrifice people to this burlesque.
What? Burlesque? That's just a legend. Why is everybody like going so crazy? It's just so silly.
It's not a legend. I've seen it.
Oh, what does burlesque look like?
Like giant snake. You know exactly what, right? You've heard the stories.
So Aisling,
What?
when you steal Regan's past, right, with that move, you that happens when you convince someone that this is like your backstory and not theirs, right? And as soon as that happened, I'm wondering, like, you exchange strings with Regan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you both get strings on each other, right? Is that how you understand exchange strings?
Yeah.
What do you think happens to Regan's understanding of her role in all of these events? Is it stolen from just other people's memories or also hers?
That's a good question. I think she still understands it. That would make sense. I'm just trying to fit other people's expectations, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Putting up a disclaimer.
So I think when you are telling the story, the feeling that you got at the lake when you were manipulating Marine, when you had her pelt, you get the same kind of feeling, but much more welcoming. You know, like you are part of the plan, part of the crew, and you understand that kind of wave, that kind of rolling tide kind of sound that you're hearing is actually not the real lake. It's just in your mind. It's Muriask kind of getting ready to communicate with you because you are his minion. But how does Oshin react to this? I want to know.
Walter?
Oh, how I react to
what Aisling, this impossible story that Aisling
yeah.
is telling you and obviously believes.
Yeah. Ushin just thinks it's crazy. It seems impossible, and yet there's this creepy feeling like maybe there's something to it. Yeah, maybe Oshin is confused enough now that Oshin is just gonna stare into the water with the mountain behind it and gaze into the abyss. Just try and sense what's really going on here. Can I figure out what I should do next?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. 6.
Okay, so you are looking at this lake, and the waves are lapping up against the little jetty, and kind of in front of your eyes, the piles, the wooden piles going into the lake bed start to frost over. This kind of hoarfrost just comes up all the way up to the top of the wooden pile, and then starts spreading towards you, spreading impossibly quick. And then it touches your sneaker or whatever, your foot, and you feel this chill fill you in a way that reminds you of your kind of pre-dawn play, when it got straight into your bone or into your bones deep over the course of a few hours, but this is in the course of a second. This thing is going to consume you one way or the other tonight.
Whoa. All right. Rashid is terrified. I feel like maybe I should make either a keep my cool or maybe just a run away. That's pretty terrifying. And yet, I also feel like I need to do something with Aisling, so I'm feeling really conflicted.
So I think if you want to do something other than run away, you can keep your cool. Yeah, that seems more appropriate than if you want to try to do something else.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I'll do keep my cool. All right. Did that? I thought I just rolled it, but I don't see it. Oh. No.
Yeah. The same.
Yeah, that was it. Failed. 6. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah. So I think you're just frozen like a mouse.
I get a lot of experience.
Yeah, racking it up, like a mouse in front of a snake, or something like this. Yeah, let's make your entrance, Regan. I think that's my hard move.
Sounds about right. Yeah. So you get frozen, and I show up, and Asher, does Ashlyn like look like me too when you steal my memories?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I still look like myself.
Don't know. Do I have a sense that like my memories are stolen or not really?
So if we read the move, it doesn't say memories. Actually, it just talks about kind of the stolen story, right?
Oh, the backstory, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's I think it is more that yeah. I mean, I guess it's open to interpretation. I think based on our previous discussion of it, Aisling is not stealing Regan's memory, or maybe what everyone else or what happened. It's just what everyone else thinks happened, right? So it's kind of open to interpretation, but I think you still have a sense of yourself and what you did, but everyone else is kind of maybe attributing those things to Aisling now.
Yeah. I think I would go over to Aisling then and say, why are you still here?
Where should I be?
Be in the water. To get in the lake.
Are you coming?
Yeah, we're all gonna go in the lake. Come on, everyone, take off your clothes. Come on. I start like taking my shirt off and stuff. Yeah.
I think I'll just drink a little bit first. Get on your level.
Oshin, come on. Come on.
It's too cold to get in right now.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah. You know what? Tell me how it is. I'll think about it.
We're all gonna go in together. Come on. We all gotta just jump in together, or else it's gonna be too cold. We gotta all stay together.
What if we run through the forest first? Right? That's something
No,
people
that
do.
was not what we promised to each other. Is that
Or
we
we
were gonna
build
go in
up
the
a
lake.
sweat, right? You have to make yourself warm, and then you jump in the cold water.
No, you jump in and then you get warm and then you go back in. That's how it works.
I don't think I've heard that. But...
Is me taking my clothes off a turn on at all or not?
Not if you're complaining about it.
I'm happy to have Mark enter at any point here too, whenever you want.
So yeah, Maliki can kind of arrive at the shore, breathless from his sprint across the village grounds, to see the three of you in kind of various states of confusion and undress and whatever on the end of this long or very short jetty.
I think if Oshin is not like taking his clothes off, then I'm doing it for him or trying to.
Taking Oshin's clothes off.
Yeah, you can obviously fight against that as much as you want or say no, but that's what I would be trying to do.
So I just failed my keep cool roll, and now I'm kind of like all right. I think you coming here was the consequence of that, but I probably have some agency again. So I think Ocean is gonna kind of flip out. I just feel like Ocean is gonna lose it at this time. I feel like Ocean is in a panic, just going to push Aisling into the water. So that would be lash out physically, if that's sound right.
Yeah, that sounds about right, I think.
Okay.
Right.
So that would be volatile.
Aisling, what's your AC?
Yeah. Oh, well, I rolled an 8.
So on a...
So you both go in?
You harm them, but you choose... I mean, harm, I guess, is pushed into the lake, right? But you choose one of these other things. They learn something about you and get to train you. The MC decides how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
I think the middle one seems most interesting. How does this harm turn out? Falling into the lake.
But it's up to Oshin to pick one of those.
Oh, I get to pick them. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. I'm trying to decide what's going to be the most interesting there. I think, yeah, I'll let the MC decide how bad the harm turns out. That seems the most compelling right now.
Okay. And as Aisling is falling back into the water, what do we see something from Maliki? Does he arrive on the scene, or?
Yeah, I think if I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up then. And like it's that hand out, screaming the word no really long. And like no. And I will run up unless someone stops me. I'm going to run up the pier, knock Oshin out of the way, and jump in the water and try to grab Aisling.
Okay, so yeah, Aisling, when you get pushed off and you I think maybe try to grab someone to save yourself, and then you hit the ice. You could swear it was water a moment ago, but now it's ice, and you skid out, a few meters, kind of slowly turning, so that when Maliki comes up, he can see you. But there's this kind of, I'll say, kind of foggy, frosty fog, just kind of coming out of the ice, coming out of the surface of the lake, slowly covering your body. So Maliki, are you diving in or jumping or what?
Yeah, I don't have time to think about why the water is not working right. So, I mean, I jump feet first instead of head first, but I'm trying to get out of the ice. The problem is that it's so cold, and I'm a snake, and like my body is seizing up, and I don't have heat. I'm a cold-blooded animal, so I'm starting to slow down.
So yeah, you jump in, and it is like as soon as you kind of step over the wooden edge of the pier and over onto the lake, you just feel this bone deep coldness go into you, like nothing you've ever experienced before. Um, and when you reach for Ashling, you feel like you have frostbite already in your fingers, and then you kind of reach into that fog, that frosty fog that is covering her body, and that's when you feel like you have to shed this human form just to get out of here.
Okay.
Or to do anything, you've got to go like primal snaky self.
Okay. I'll take that.
Okay. What's Regan doing back on the pier?
I think as soon as I saw Maliki like running down the pier and kind of push us out of the way, I turned and like, no, we have to go together. And I try to grab Oshin and like throw us both into the water as well.
Is Oshin blindsided by that, or is he kind of loaded for bear?
I think Oshin is somewhat appalled at how they just panicked and what they just did, and Oshin's defenses are down and is feeling somewhat resigned. And I think Regan can just push Oshin in, like pull Oshin in, like without resistance at this point.
Okay. Ashling, yeah, you are pretty much encased in ice now, and you can feel something grab you from underneath. Something with claws and fangs is starting to consume your soul. And yeah, it's terrifying because it's so real, and it doesn't care which version of you are. It's just going to consume you inside and out, and use you as the fuel to awaken. What do you do?
I think I had my ice pick here before. I probably left it around somewhere. So I'm going to grab that and try to stab Murlesk with it again.
Okay, well, let's see you lash out.
All right. Volatile. It's a 6.
Ouch. Can anyone roll well today? No. Okay. So yeah, with a 16 hit point dragon. Yeah. Yeah. So the I think Maliki, you see this ice pick kind of come out, smash out of the this fog, with Ashling's hand attached, but it's been shattered. The hand is gripping the ice pick, and it's just frozen, but there's no body attached. And Ashling is just ripped underneath the lake. What do you do, Maliki? You're muted.
So there's normally this process that I go through where I slowly take off or emerge from my human skin, and that's what preserves the skin. But if I'm going to be able to do anything, as you said, I'm going to have to go primal. So I like rip my skin apart to get out, like starting with my face, and ripping downward instead of emerging. And I try to dive into where Ashling is being pulled into, mouth first, and trying to grab her so that I can pull her out. Which there isn't a roll for that, but
But I guess I mean, you're kind of trying to free her. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it lash out physically would suit.
me
What
to
do you
lash
think?
out.
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty. Do I get? No, I'm not trying to do what my mom told me to do. Yeah, I am.
You are, yeah.
So I get a
So
+1
+1 on that, yeah.
Do I just put a 1 in the modifier or a +1? When it says any of the modifiers, do I put?
I think 1 might do it. I can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So 8+. You're dishing out some harm. Then you're choosing one of these bad things.
Okay. Uh, I think I go Darkest Self. I've never read it before, but
Okay.
it seems.
Yeah. Why don't you read it out so we know where you are at?
Okay. The human and serpent worlds are too different, and you'll never be able to reconcile their demands. The only way out is to choose a side as decisively and irrevocably as possible. Watch carefully and quietly for an opportunity, and then strike, regardless of who needs to be hobbled or devoured in the process. It's the only way to make the world simple again, and you find your place at last. You escape darkest self when you accept your complicated place in the world, or when you molt. Okay.
So why don't you describe how you attack Murisk? You sink your fangs into it.
Okay. Yeah. So, uh, I I think what's different about me, and the thing that's always been disappointing my mom, is that I don't have the fangs that she wants me to have, and I think it's more because I'm a crusher instead of a biter. So I wrap around Murisk and I'm trying to squeeze it instead of trying to bite it. Does that make sense? Like I'm trying to crush it in my coils.
Yeah.
And I I basically decide that I'm on the side of humans, not on the side of snakes. And because I have to make that choice, right? Like I've gone darkest self, and so for me, it's the human world that I want to be a part of, and the human world that I want to protect. And I think I like inchingly crush my way towards Murisk, and I'm hoping to meet it eye to eye and try to hypnotize it away.
Okay. Regan and Ushin, you're leaping onto the lake, or maybe you think you're leaping into the lake, but obviously you hit ice. What's your reaction, Ushin, when you do make contact with the ice?
Surprise that it's ice and yeah, I think Ochin was very much in his head, like heard thrashing around and crazy noises, but like hadn't really taken it in, and is now just kind of like looking at the fog and the disorientation and the kind of the madness down here on the ice, and it's just in shock. I think Oshin is probably gonna like run and try and like scurry off the ice is going to be his goal at this point.
And Regan, are you similarly surprised, or do you notice Oshin about to go all rabbity on you?
I think so. So I'm gonna give a string to Murisk if I can to take the move, the Fey move guide, which is if I spend a string on someone willing, I can go across the veil into the fairy realm with someone. And I want to kind of like grab Ocean and just tumble into his world. Are you into that?
Well, you can, sure.
Okay. I'm looking at my notes, and I'm not sure when it happened, but it looks like Murisk does have a string on Maliki, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, well, best laid plans of Snake and Mice.
Yeah. So, I think
I think it's because, was it a sex move? No. Okay, never mind.
no, it was something else. I can't remember.
Okay.
So yeah, I think you kind of now when you start to coil yourself around Murisk, you start to realize just how larger than you he is.
Right.
Like dragon is not a a term of honor, but you still have your plan, right? And you come eye to eye with it, and then you realize that you kind of feel really small, looking into these huge eyes, these eyes which have much more power than you could ever dream of, unless maybe you were the head of the family. Maybe Marius could give you that, and you could wield the family as you saw fit. you would make much better decisions than your mother or your brother.
I'm sure I wouldn't, but okay. Cool.
So yeah, I think you want to keep your cool,
Okay.
and I think, well, you can tell me what you're afraid of.
I'm afraid of coming under Muri's power.
Okay. Okay, so for that, rolling an 11, you get to ask a question and take +1 forward, acting on my answer.
How can I save Aisling?
Okay, so I think to save Aisling, you need to take her into the fairy realm.
Okay. I have no idea how to do that one, but okay.
Well, I guess behind you, or maybe in front of you as you're coiled around, you can see Regan opening up this portal that looks like it's going into a place that's all summer all the time, which I guess must be Turnanog. So yeah, it's happening right a few steps away from you. So yeah, I think mechanically,
Runaway.
a runaway is the best thing to go for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second, and I will try to run away. I got a 9.
Okay. So pick one of those things. Run into something worse. Well, that's cause a big scene or leave something behind. Okay. Something could be either you or Aisling, obviously, right?
Right. If you would allow me to push Aisling through, but not get and be the thing left behind, I would be okay with that.
Or your human form. Yeah, I don't know. Is there something worse in the fairy realm? Yeah, obviously. We call them the fair folk because you don't want to insult them and bring their wrath upon you. They are not nice people. Yeah, so yeah, there's a bunch of things you could choose, but that's up to you.
I think if the two of us get away, then maybe my skin is missing, is left behind. And I have no human form unless I do something different going forward.
Yeah, okay. So I guess the 4 of you end up in the fairy realm. Yeah, and where Isk has your old human corpse. Yeah.
Maybe it rises forth and uses my form to walk amongst the humans.
Yeah. Good call. It inhabits your form. Yeah. Maliki is a lot more sure of himself. Okay, so yeah, let's
and
wrap
always
up.
Hungry.
Yeah, and always hungry. Yeah. Yeah. What does that look like? I don't know. Yeah, let's do a quick wrap up, and everyone can say exactly what they see in the fairy realm and how they look in the fairy realm and something like that. So Aisling, how about you? What's your entrance into the fairy realm like?
I feel like Aisling just like disappears because she was just like a spell the whole time. Alright, so she's just like this gossamer thing floating in the fairy realm. But then I can't be hurt. What were the other questions?
Yeah, I mean, I guess what does Aisling look like in the fairy realm, and what is the kind of immediate impact of her entrance there? Yeah.
Okay. I'll let other people answer.
Okay.
Not sure.
Yeah, Regan, what is the reaction of this realm to your entrance?
I think everywhere I step, like thorns burst from the ground, like it's trying to actively push me out. But I can't help but like keep walking into it. And yeah, I think I have my normal form, but my eyes are probably snake-like here.
Okay. And Maliki, you're just a snake, right? A giant snake in here, or are you?
Yeah. I think that maybe there's some connection to the fairy world that the Serpentines don't realize that they possess. But I imagine that I'm a snake, like a large snake, like a 6-foot tall snake, but with feathers. Not like wings or anything like that, but just feathers. A prettier snake, as it were.
And Ushin, this is your first time going home, right? This is your first.
Yeah,
These are your first steps into the true fairy realm. Who here
very
is
much.
welcoming you home?
Yeah, I I think I feel very at home here, and I see other fairies that are kind of running through the trees nearby, and I have a sense that only I can see them, and that they're trying to signal me to follow them, but they don't want to reveal themselves to my companions, and I feel like there's I can hear the most beautiful bass guitar solo playing that I've ever heard, but it's in this very somber minor key, because while they're very happy to see me here and welcome me home, this is a much sadder circumstance than they would have wanted.
Yeah, let's go back around to Aisling. Any further insight into how you are here?
I feel like there's someone like I report back to. Something, maybe like go off to them.
Whoever cast you, maybe?
Right.
Yeah, okay. And I think I have a final question, which maybe will be left as a hanging to be continued. Do you think Mur-Isk gave you the power to come here without being able to follow in some way, or leaving a little thread attached? Okay, let's wrap that up there for season 2.